Morning, everyone. My name's Rick. I'm nervous, and I'm a very grateful recovering alcoholic. I'm going to read this so I can stay on task. I'm a believer who struggles with alcohol. My drinking began around age 10 by taking sips off my dad's beer on his picnic table in our backyard. I began to party in earnest in high school and honed my drinking skills during a 21-year career in the Navy. After my retirement, I felt a loss of identity and began to step over the line by drinking to intoxication most times. Only by the grace of God was I never involved in an accident while driving under the influence. That was my biggest part of my insanity, drinking and driving. Just over 2 years ago, at an annual physical exam at the VA, I broke down and told my doctor I was unable to stop drinking. Within 3 hours, I was admitted to the VA hospital in Minneapolis. I was told I was welcome to stay and withdraw and decompress until I improved. Upon my release, I was offered inpatient treatment at the St. Cloud VA hospital. I declined, and instead I chose to be discharged and to go to AA again. I got a sponsor named Ken at the Maplewood Club, and we dived into the 12 steps of the big book. I took it very serious, and somewhere during the steps, God relieved me of my obsession to drink. Early in my life, I had fled from the Lord after 12 years of parochial education. Upon entering the Navy, I never looked back until having a spiritual awakening and rediscovering my Lord and Savior in the AA program. I now live a life of humility. My walk with God has now changed. I am so very grateful for the following things in my life. My sons, Rick and Rob. My sister, Betty, the most wonderful sister in the world. My brother, Jim, combat wounded Vietnam veteran, who was my best friend and one of my spiritual mentors. The wonderful years I had with my brother, Mark, who is now with Jesus. My many nieces and nephews, Scotty, Bud, Tracy, Mel, and I forget some others, sorry. My lifelong friends, the Blair family. My fiance's family, the Drums. My employment at Timber Ghost Realty, where I am blessed to work with many other believers. This church, Martha, Pastor Martha, Bob, and the Wednesday night men's step group, which gives me great inspiration. The Maplewood AA Club on Monday nights, the men's group, has been a savior for me, and all you saints. I'm also grateful for my membership with the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. They're here wishing me well. They're a charming bunch. Lastly, I am so grateful for my fiancée, Kim. If you just stand up for a moment. Kim is fast approaching 6 months in recovery. With God's grace, Kim and I will be wed after the service today by Pastor Mark. For any naysayers or doubters that two people in recovery cannot make a great sober life together, I will just ask that you look into your own heart and soul for compassion and reflect upon where you may be spiritually in your own life. You are all invited to stay and witness our marriage after the meditation is completed after the service. If you would, just please leave the first couple rows for our family. Thank you. By the grace of God, just last week on January 3rd, I attained 2 years of sobriety from alcohol. My life has changed so much for the better, and the promises of the big book are coming true. I hope my story will be of encouragement to the newcomers in attendance today. Please, most importantly, get a sponsor to help you with your step work and your spiritual guidance during your new journey. Make meetings and get involved in your club and hopefully this church, because it is a safe haven for us. Lastly, I have a prayer request. One of my fellow employees at Timber Ghost Realty has a wonderful daughter named Ella, who suffers greatly with horrific seizures that disrupt this beautiful young lady's life on a daily basis. Please, all of you remember Ella in your prayers this evening, that the Lord will relieve her of this terrible malady. Thank you. I wish all of you here a most happy and blessed New Year. God bless you all. Thank you, and with that I'll pass.